Of the Great War of the Ring, many songs have been sung and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ring-Bearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone, and his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn.
Eredon, well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
3 days passed. The guard at Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the 9 together. How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agandaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we three are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elrohir were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-Elven.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that.
Hello, Master. A ranger by your looks, I'd say. Well, all are welcome here, long as they mean no harm. Some of the locals may not take to your kind, but don't let that bother you none. Folks around here are suspicious of those they don't know. What can I do for you, then?
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adelgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elmond Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, there on the corner.
Tell me about your inn.
The Prancing Pony's been in my family for generations. I can't rightly say how long, it goes that far back. I'm told there's been an inn on this spot nearly as long as there's been a town.
What can you tell me of Bree?
Oh, Bree is an old place. Been here for ages and ages. This is the only place in the world you'll find hobbits and men living side by side. We used to see a lot of travellers coming through Bree. Not so much nowadays. But I still get customers.
What news have you heard lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway, or the old road from the south, looking for a place to find some peace.
Are they settling here in the Bree lands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them have mischief on their minds.
Thank you, and goodbye. Bree is a pleasant enough place, but the people here mistrust my kind.
Welcome. It's always good to see a ranger in my shop. Looking to buy or sell? I have some things that might interest you. Welcome. What?
I never thought to receive such a warm welcome in Bree.
Oh, I'll not deny there's folk in town who would prefer that rangers stayed away. But for my part, I'm happy to see them. There's no one like a ranger for bringing you news of the world. Not to mention items of interest.
We are not in the Shire, yet you are a hobbit.
Why, of course I am. Bree is the oldest settlement of hobbits in the world, you know. And this is the only place you find hobbits and big folk living together. An arrangement that suits us both just fine.
Have you heard any news lately?
Plenty, but none of it good. Seems there's trouble away south. People are on the roads looking for new places to live. Folks around here are sympathetic, but none too eager to take in a host of strangers.
I am afraid it will get worse. There are dark times ahead, for everyone.
Save me. But you make it sound bad. Personally, I prefer to keep my thoughts as cheerful as I may. Bree has always been a peaceful place, and I hope it will remain so.
Your peace is maintained by the sweat and blood of others. You have no idea what dangers lurk a day's journey from your gates.
Oh, now you're exaggerating. We here in Bree don't bother anyone, and no one bothers us. That's the way it works, don't you see? But let's not be so gloomy. Is there something I can help you with?
I must be going.
You're a strong man, Bramble. You do well with us.
Sounds good, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to hurt no one. Not real bad, anyway.
You think they care about you? I say take what you want and the rest be damned. Well, what do you want, Ranger? This is a private conversation.
What was that you said about hurting people?
Well, it's just that this fellow and his friends are offering me a chance to, well, you know, be part of a gang.
Shut your mouth, Harley Bramble. You don't have to spill your guts to every ragged vagabond that crawls in out of the wild.
I was just curious. It sounded a bit suspicious.
You mind your own business, eh? Those who go sticking their nose in where it doesn't belong are likely to get it cut off.
Are you threatening me, Breelander?
Oh, he isn't a Breelander. He comes from down south. He just showed up a week or two ago.
Gone. Fools who can't keep their mouths shut are no...
Do you like being called a fool, Harley? This man is no friend to you.
I don't like being called names. I've had enough of being called fool by folks around here.
Small wonder it is, too. Stay here with the rest of them, then. But things will be changing around here. You mark my words.
You should stay clear of men like that. What did he want of you?
Well, I'm not really sure. He said there'd be changes around here soon, and those smart enough to join up with his friends would end up running things.
He would use you and put a knife in your back when he no longer needs you. Stay clear of men like that.
Aye, you're right. Folks here may not treat me the way I like all the time, but it's still my town. I shouldn't go siding with strangers.
Be sure you do not. I will have my eye on you.
Something tells me you're not in the market for a rake or shovel.
Hello.
This is foremost, yet I see no sign of the enemy.
These ruins could hide a large army. We might even now...
You face a Dunedain now! Face a ranger now! Mind the archers!
take much more.
Back on your feet, lass. We have an enemy to defeat.
Elbereth, that was a close call.
Sorry to put you to all that fuss, my friend.
Looks like another ranger has hidden some supplies here.
Can't take much more. Face a Dunadan now!
Is everyone unhurt?
These ruins are not sound.
We must find a way out of these pits. These goblins are small, but deadly all the same.
Oh, you're caught between the hammer and anvil now! Servants of the enemy, beware! badly hurt!
No enemy missiles can pierce this shield.
That's closer to death than I cared to be.
Nearly finished!
You'd best flee if you value your life.
Take cover within this sphere of light!
I have no more.
Oh, you're caught between the hammer and anvil now!
No enemy missiles can pierce this shield. Come now, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
Much appreciated, friend.
None left. Ah, a hidden Dunedain cache.
To battle! You'd best flee if you value your life.
Here, to me if you need healing.
Face a Dunadan now! To battle!
What creature could be making those cries?
Take cover within this sphere of light.
I thank you, friends. Without your timely arrival, my death would have been slow, but certain.
No need for thanks. We are happy to cheat the goblins of their sport. But who are you?
I am called Balaram. My home is in the Misty Mountains, and I serve Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles. Who is it I have to thank for my rescue?
I am Eridan, one of the Dunedain of the North. And my companions are Andriel and Farin.
Then I am indebted to you, Eridan of the Dunedain, and to your friends.
What brought you here to Fornost?
I often range far across the lands of the North, gathering news for Gwaihir, my lord. When I saw activity here in long-abandoned Fornost, I grew curious and flew lower to investigate.
What did you see?
Goblins and other foul folk are working within the ruins. They appear to be preparing for war, building siege engines and stockpiling arms.
Did you see any sign of the one who leads this force?
I saw a tall man, heavily armored. The goblins obeyed his commands. Who he is, I cannot say, but he had an aura of menace, like one tainted by the shadow.
Agandar. It must be.
You know this man?
He is a servant of the Dark Lord. We must find him and destroy him if we are able.
I will assist you, but it will be perilous. The enemy has positioned war machines upon the inner wall. They limit my ability to fly freely.
If we could reach the top of the wall, we might be able to destroy the machines.
Beyond those doors, you will find a passage and stairs leading up to the wall.
The machines are certain to be heavily guarded. We have little chance of surprising the goblins with but one way to approach.
I will take to the air and draw their fire. If we are fortunate, that will allow you to gain the top of the wall unobserved.
Very well. Let's go. Reach the top of the wall. Now to find and destroy the war machines. There is one of the machines over there. To battle!
Take refuge here. I will shield them with their arrows and bolts.
I must have aid. There is one of the machines over there!
Servants of the enemy, beware!
I have no more. None left.
One less weapon in the enemy's hands.
There's one more machine that still needs to go.
There is one of the machines over there! Push the war machines from the wall!
The war machines have been destroyed.
Those fools don't let anything go get loose. Well, this time we shoot to kill. We'll feast on eagle flesh for weeks.
I have no more.
To battle!
This would be a good time to call on Belleroth.
Got it!
None left. I have no more.
Now I'm getting mad!
They're bringing reinforcements!
The wall is clear. Well done. I am free to fly unhindered. But there are others fighting in the city. They may need our help.
Could it be Elrond's sons?
I cannot say, but they move with stealth, and they leave a trail of slain enemies in their wake.
That sounds like Eladan and Elrohir on both accounts.
They are likely heading for the Citadel, just as we are.
Then let's push on. Maybe we'll meet up with them.
I will shadow your movements from above. In open ground, I can strike against our foes. Call on me when the need is great.
Ah, the Elf Twins can give us a hand.
We must find a way past this gate.
Dunedain now! Servants of the enemy, beware!
Over there, a mounted crossbow.
Face a Dunadan now!
Balaram to help.
Take refuge here. I will shield us from their hammers and bolts.
To battle!
They're bringing reinforcements!
None left.
You'd best flee if you value your life!
Death take you all!
To battle!
I need healing. Sorry to put you to that bother, my friend.
You face a ranger now!
Their archers have the high ground.
last much longer!
Rescue our companion! Quickly!
That was too close for comfort. You have my thanks.
Someone's coming.
Besting a troll in combat. That is no small feat, friends. It would appear that we are on the same side. Perhaps we could be of assistance to each other. Allow us to offer a hand. Andriel, is that you?
Well met, my friends. We were told we might find you here. I am truly glad to see you. Allow me to introduce my companions, Eridan of the Dunedain and Farin of Erebor. I present to you Eladan and Elrohir, the sons of Elrond Half-Elven.
It is a pleasure to make the acquaintance of such skilled and courageous warriors. Was it the three of you then who freed the Great Eagle?
Ah, so you know about him, do you?
We were spying on the goblins from outside the city when we saw him captured. We made our way into the ruins thinking to rescue him, but it seems you three arrived first.
Yes, Belaram is his name.
That was well done. But what brings you to Fornost?
I am here by Aragorn's command. Farin and Andriel have volunteered to aid me.
But why would Aragorn send you to Fornost? Has he learned of the goblin force gathered here?
This is far more than a simple gathering of goblins. We were with the Rangers at Sarn Ford when we were attacked by Black Riders out of Mordor.
That is grim news. But it does not explain why Aragorn would send you here.
Aragorn is on a mission of vital importance and cannot afford interference from the enemies here at Fornost.
And we know this force to be under the command of a man called Agendaur. He is in league with the Black Riders.
I begin to understand. Aragorn wishes you to distract Agendaur.
Yes, that is our mission.
But now that we have joined forces, we can do more than distract him. Let us cut the head from this serpent of Sauron.
Agreed. But first, we must find him.
He is certain to be in the Citadel at the heart of the city. We must attempt to make our way there. No easy task amid these crumbling ruins, and a host of orcs and goblins will seek to bar our way. If we are separated, press on toward the Citadel. There we will regroup for our final attack.
Very well. Let us begin.
Follow us! Stay close to us! They have a mounted crossbow! Take cover! We will take care of the machine!
I have no more.
another route. We will meet at the Citadel, if not before.
Wait, I see something over there.
What manner of creatures are these?
Can they actually be so enamored of the darkness that they would willingly destroy themselves to strike at their enemies?
This is troubling. More fire barrels around the corner!
This should prove useful.
They're bringing reinforcements! Over there, a mounted crossbow.
We must close with them. No enemy missiles can pierce this shield.
We strike as one!
There's a lever here.
This gate jammed. It'll take a while to get it open.
On your guard! There are yet more of them!
Long odds. We'll need to work together.
The gate is open. There's a lever up there, but I don't see a way to reach it.
They found us again! Here they come!
Agandar's minions!
The creature brings fire!
On your guard! There are yet more of them! The numbers are against us!
Let us stand and fight together! That was very
Face a ranger now!
Take cover within this
Can't take much more!
Aid our friend!
Up with you! We need your help!
That's closer to death than I care to be.
Up here, friends! One moment. We will open the gate for you. You may pass now. Press on. We will meet you farther along the way.
Enemy archers! On the high ground! I can't do that yet. There, on the tower. It's blasting powder.
Come now, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
Sorry to put you to all that fuss, my friend.
There's a lever here. The way forward is clear.
We can turn their own weapon against them.
They're coming right for us. Cut them down! Let us stand and fight together!
Hurry!
Back on your feet. We have an enemy. I need your aid.
Back on your feet, laddie. We need your help.
Much appreciated, friend.
We strike as one. citadel, just up ahead.
We're not there yet. Stay close.
Over there, a mounted crossbow.
Lucky strikers one.
There are more by the wall!
They won't have the advantage for long.
Bring down the fire bearers first. We cannot endure this light.
Take the
The ranger has fallen. Aid him.
Thank you, my friend. I am in your debt.
Look, the gate is opening.
Agandar's minions.
Come now, dwarf. There are still foes to defeat.
That was too close for comfort. You have my thanks. You face a ranger now!
Enemy archers! On the high ground! We summoned reinforcements!
Take cover within this sphere of light.
just yet, Warmaster. We have need
Take refuge here. I will shield us from their arrows and bolts.
I need healing! Aid our friend! Watch it! They're coming through the ceiling! Servants of the enemy, beware! Now we can get through the gate. You face a ranger now!
That finishes there. Let us continue on.
Agandawa must be within. Then that is where we must go. The way is barred by a powerful magic ward.
Can you break the spell?
Perhaps, but it will take time and concentration.
You'd best get started. We will guard you while you work.
We must protect the Sons of Elrond from this attack. Keep them!
They're still coming!
Aladan and Admiral here! On your guard! There are yet more of them!
Protect the elves! Drive the scumbags!
Troll! We can't let it reach Eladon and Elro here! This would be a good time to call on Belleroth.
They're retreating!
There. The ward has been removed. Come quickly! The doors are open!
Here we must separate for a time, my friends, for I cannot follow you within those narrow halls.
Will you depart for your home, Belleroth?
No, lady. It would be faithless of me to say farewell while friends' lives yet hang in the balance. I will await your return. It may be that I can prevent reinforcements from following you into the tower.
We'd best hurry. The elves are getting ahead of us.
May fortune favor you all.
We've reached the Citadel. I'd say we've been a pretty good distraction.
Tread carefully. We have no idea what to expect.
Stay with us! Darsad, what is happening out there?
Invaders.
How many?
Not many, but they freed the eagle.
Fools! Now our presence here will be revealed. Is this the best your rabble can do?
They must be great warriors. Bloody-handed elves, or some of those filthy tarts.
I don't care. Find them and kill them. Call out your guards. Don't let them escape.
Call my guard and be quick about it! Kill the intruders!
Hold on, we'll help you! No, we must not allow Agandaur time to escape. Go on. We will deal with his guards. The big one is Thazor, a chieftain of the Orcs of Mount Graham.
Chieftain, huh? Good. I'm tired of dealing with wagons. Manesong, chieftain of the... Mount Graham.
Chieftain, huh? Good. I'm tired of dealing with lackeys.
big one is Thazor, a chieftain of the Orcs of Mount Graham.
Chieftain, huh? Good. I'm tired of dealing with lack.
is slain. Let's make sure the rest of this rabble goes too.
I cannot take much more. Quickly, we must follow after Eladan and Elro here. They may need our aid.
You should have fled Middle-earth with the rest of your cowardly kin, while you still had the chance.
We flee from nothing, least of all you, lackey of Sauron.
Fools! I am the right hand of Sauron. I will see your precious Rivendell burning, and your mongrel father hauled before me in chains.
You will do nothing. Your plots end here.
My work is only just beginning. Do you think you two alone can hope to stop me?
They are not alone.
Don't look for your guards. They won't be coming.
Fornost means nothing. You haven't won anything here.
He's escaping!
We cannot hope to follow him now.
But I can!
Sorcery of Sauron! This is no natural storm!
I can no longer see him.
It is no use. He has escaped us for now.
Yes, but you cannot be blamed. It was bold of you to go after him alone. Indeed, though perhaps it was not the wisest course.
We have to find him. Do you have any idea where he may be heading?
It is difficult to say. It might be anywhere. The Etten Moors, Wilderland, the far north. He may even return to Mordor.
That seems unlikely. He made threats against the North.
Yes, you are correct. And I fear he has the means to carry out those threats.
He summoned the storm. How can a man wield such power?
Sauron is a master of dark sorcery. He has taught these arts to mortals before. It may be that Agandaur learned at the hand of the Dark Lord himself.
It's worse than just Agandaur. There were orcs down below that cast spells against us. I faced more than my share of orcs, but this is the first time one's ever used sorcery against me.
This could mean Agandaur has passed his knowledge on to others, even to the orcs. That would be a great evil, even for one such as he.
What was that beast he rode upon?
I cannot say. I have never seen nor heard of its like before today.
Nor have I. Perhaps the Dark Lord has bred these creatures as a challenge to my folk. I can only wonder how many of these beasts he has placed at Agandaur's command.
If only we could have finished him. There's no telling what evil he may yet do. But what now? Where do we go from here?
For my part, I would gladly join in the hunt for Agendar. Yet, I have my duty to consider. I must return home to inform Lord Gwaihir of all I have learned here.
Who is this Gwaihir you speak of?
He is the Lord of the Eagles of the Misty Mountains. I am surprised you do not know his name, for the Dunedain usually know more than other men. Perhaps you know him only as the Lord of Eagles.
Ah, of course. I've heard tales of the Lord of Eagles since I was a young boy.
As his vassal, I am duty-bound to return to him. He must be informed of everything I have learned here.
Your duty to your people must always come first. I'm glad we met, Balaram, and I hope we will meet again one day.
As do I, Eradan of the Dunedain. You and your comrades saved my life. That is something I will not forget. If I can ever be of service to you, I will.
Farewell wherever you fare, Balaram. Till your Eyrie receives you at your journey's end.
My thanks! Commend me to Elrond, your father, and farewell.
As for us, I believe we also have a duty to inform our allies of all we have learned.
Then we three should return to the ranger camp at San Ford. Halbarad will be anxious for any news we can bring.
Aye, the Shire could still be in danger. We might be needed there.
Should you find Halbarad has no pressing need of your services, I would urge you to make your way to Imladris. We may have need of your strength and resourcefulness before long.
I do not know this place, Imladris.
Ah, your pardon. You know it better as Rivendell.
What about the orcs and goblins still here at Fornost? Should we not deal with them?
Goblins are only a threat when they have a strong leader to drive them on. With their chieftain slain and Agendar fled, those few who remain in Fornost will soon fall to squabbling among themselves. And we may find more important tasks awaiting us elsewhere.
But what of Aragorn and the Hobbit he was seeking? The Black Riders may well be pursuing them. Shouldn't we try to help him?
If Aragorn has found this hobbit, it is certain they will both be bound for Imladris. He is several days ahead of us now. We shall look for him as we go, but Aragorn is resourceful. I suspect he will arrive at Imladris before we do.
Very well then. San Ford is our destination. Farewell for now.
I have received word through the Sons of Elrond and the Wandering Companies telling of your valor at Fornost. You are to be commended for your skill and daring.
I think we managed to slow down Agendaur's plans at the very least. But how have things been here since we left to find Aragorn?
All has been quiet. There was an alarm sounded at Buckland shortly after we parted company, but it seems to have amounted to nothing.
Buckland? Where is that?
It is the easternmost region of the Shire, the only portion that lies east of the Brandywine River. It would seem quite tame to you or I, but many Shire folk consider it something of a wild frontier.
You said an alarm had been raised there. Do you know why?
It is difficult to say, since our only information was gained by eavesdropping on conversations between the little folk. And even they seemed uncertain as to just what occurred. I gather a house in the village of Crickhollow was attacked by something that filled the villagers with dread.
I assume it was one or more of the same Black Riders who attacked us here.
Have you heard anything of Aragorn? He was desperately searching for a certain hobbit when we parted at Bree.
All I know is that Aragorn is rumored to have left Bree in the company of 4 hobbits of the Shire. I can only assume one of them is the hobbit he was seeking, and that they are now bound for Rivendell. There is worse news, however. On the night before they departed, the Prancing Pony Inn came under attack by unknown assailants.
We had yet to make a count of the dead the night you sent us to Aragorn, but I had hoped there would be more survivors.
Some few are away patrolling the borders of the Shire, for even now we must attend to our duty. But sadly, many of those who were wounded in the attack died within days from some evil ailment. Even those whose wounds seemed minor. Perhaps Solana can tell you more.
I am ready for whatever new orders you may have for me. Andriel and Farin have also volunteered their aid. How can we best be of service?
Truthfully, I would be happy for the extra hands. But it is clear to me that you 3 have a greater destiny. You may be needed more urgently elsewhere.
So what would you suggest we do?
I advise you to make your way to Rivendell. Aragorn will be eager to hear news of Agandaur, and he may have other tasks for you to perform. For now, the enemy seems to have turned away from the Shire.
These Black Riders, the Nazgul, they have come a long way from Mordor. It seems strange they would travel all that way just to invade the Shire. Have you any idea why they would do such a thing?
I do know why they're here, but it is not for me to pass that knowledge on to others. Perhaps Aragorn or Elrond will tell you more when you reach Rivendell.
Travel to Rivendell? Very well, but it is a long journey. We'd best get started.
Perhaps there is something you can do for me on your way.
Gladly. You have but to name it.
I sent 2 of my rangers, Kilaran and Luin, on patrol along the Brandywine River. They should have returned long before now. I am growing concerned for them.
They are both seasoned rangers who have served many years in this region. We can be certain they have not simply lost their way.
From which direction would they be returning?
They were to follow the Brandywine north as far as the Great East Road, and from there to make their way back by passing through the Barrow Downs.
The Downs are just north of our position here.
Then we'll make our way north by way of the Barrow Downs.
Perhaps we will discover some trace of them as we travel.
You have my thanks. I know your skill as a tracker, Eridan. If Luin and Kilaran made it as far as the Downs, you should be able to pick up their trail. Farewell, and safe travels to you all.
You're soon to be off again, are you? Well, I have a few things among our supplies that may help you on your way. Perhaps a few extra arrows for your quiver, and a few of Solana's healing drafts may come in very handy as well. Take a look.